Hey friends and fellow wine lovers, I'm Mark Supsick. I'm a certified wine and spirits professional, and today I'm here on behalf of Wines Till Sold Out. If you're not familiar with Wines Till Sold Out, they're an online wine store, but what makes them unique is that they work very closely with winemakers from around the world to offer carefully curated high quality bottles of wine at flash sale prices. Now, if you want to purchase any of the wines that you see here, stick around to the end of my video for a special discount code specifically for wine-loving friends and fans. Today we're going to talk about Old World and New World wines. We're going to check out wines from two classic wine countries, Italy and France, and we'll compare them to similar wines made here in America. As far as winemaking is concerned, Europe is the Old World, and America is definitely the New World when it comes to wine. Even though we've made wine here for hundreds of years, relatively speaking, that's pretty young compared to thousands of years in Europe. Some of you may already know that Tuscany is best known for Chianti wine, which is light and fruity. These two wines belong to a category of Italian wines known as Super Tuscans. And California probably has the longest and most successful history of winemaking in all of the 50 states. These two examples here are from the famous Napa Valley. And the first wine is Cabernet based, and the second one is a blend, just like our two Super Tuscans. All right, so let's get to the best part, the tasting. Ooh-wee, that is delicious. Well, those are two beautiful examples of Italian wines. One's made from Cabernet Sauvignon, the other one is a blend. They're getting older. There's a 2013 here and there's a 2014, and they're starting to get flavors of like leather and tobacco and some baking spices in there. Overall, the key thing about Italian wines that you want to take away is that they're usually higher in acid, which makes them good partners for food, which is what Italian wine's all about. Okay, so right off the bat, the differences here are very stark. Compared to the Super Tuscans, these California wines are a lot more bold and vibrant, and they're full of fresh fruit flavors, things like strawberry and raspberry and blackberry. And the one thing that really stands out to me about the California wines in particular is oak. California is well known for its oak. If we are talking about Old World wine regions, we have to talk about France. In the region of Burgundy, France, Cistercian monks were the ones who discovered that Pinot Noir makes some of the best red wines out there. They've been cultivating it for thousands of years now. While California may stake claim to things like Cabernet and Merlot, when it comes to Pinot Noir, the cooler climates of Oregon are the best. If you look at a world atlas, it probably will come as no surprise that Oregon happens to be close to the same latitude as Burgundy, France. Okay, now for the tough part of my job, I gotta taste these. Generally speaking, Pinot Noir tends to be a lot lighter and a little bit more fruity than most red wines. That's the case here for both of these examples, but there are some differences. The one from France, from the Old World, a lot more subtle and herbaceous. It's got some character of tarragon or thyme in it, whereas the one from Oregon is just a big old fistful of raspberries. It almost tastes like a raspberry pie or a raspberry cobbler. Old World wine and New World wine. So what's the takeaway? My opinion is that Old World wines tend to be a little bit more subtle and nuanced. They tend to have higher acidity, which makes them really good with food. And American wines tend to be a little bit more bold and powerful, heavier on the oak. This is typical for a culture who like to just drink wine by itself and not necessarily pair it with food. When it comes to understanding the different wine regions of the world, it's not really a case of which place is better. It's more about celebrating the differences. And as promised, I have a fantastic offer here for you. If you want to purchase these or any of the wines offered at Wines Till Sold Out, when you go to checkout, plug in the code MARK, and you'll get $10 off any purchase of $50 or more. If you like what I'm doing here and you would like to share some thoughts or comments with me, you can always drop them in the comments section below. I read everything, I will get back to you. On behalf of Wines Till Sold Out, I'm Mark Supsick. Thanks so much for joining me. Take care of yourselves and don't forget to drink something delicious today. Cheers, Sante, and Chin Chin.